Replacing Lewis Hamilton might be the hardest job in Formula One history, with Max Verstappen a near-on impossible get for Mercedes and Fernando Alonso resigning with Aston Martin. The options are starting to become very limited for Mercedes heading into 2025. It seems as though the path is clearing for Mercedes to take a big risk next season, installing a teenage rookie in the car. Let's take a look at who that youngster is and what other options Mercedes might have. Mercedes themselves were shocked by the departure of Lewis Hamilton. The team fully expected the 7-time world champion to stay with Mercedes for next season, with team boss Toto Wolff being somewhat blindsided by the move. Hamilton did at least give his old team a year to prepare for his departure, with Mercedes taking their time announcing his replacement for next season. While plenty of current drivers have been mentioned, with Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon all linked to the Mercedes seat, the team seemed desperate to give the seat to a rookie. The 17-year-old currently being heavily linked with Hamilton's seat is Kimmy Antonelli. I would not be surprised if you had not heard of Antonelli, considering he only made his single-seater debut in 2021. He is incredibly young even for modern-day F1 standards, and yet Mercedes have a huge interest in the Italian. When he was just 11 years old, it was announced that Antonelli would be part of the Mercedes junior team. It was a sign of the youngster's impressive karting record, having won the WSK Supermaster Series in 2019, the same competition that was won by current reigning world champion Max Verstappen in 2013. The youngster made his Italian F4 debut in 2021 when he was just 15 years old. At such a young age, Antonelli went toe-to-toe with the man who just stepped into the Ferrari seats, Ollie Bearman. In his first full season, Antonelli won the Italian F4 championship. He added to his impressive young resume a year later, winning the Formula Regional European Championship with Prima Racing. This season, the 17-year-old has taken a big step forward. While most youngsters move up through the ranks gradually, Antonelli has skipped Formula 3 to go straight to F2 with Prima Racing. There is pressure on the youngster to perform, particularly now he is alongside Bearman. He is with the team that helped push Charles Leclerc, Mick Schumacher, Nick de Vries and Oscar Piastri. He started off the season well, outperforming Bearman in every single race so far, and finishing 4th most recently in Melbourne. While you might expect a kid like this to need a bit more time before making the jump to F1, the Mercedes team seemed desperate to push him into the top seat now. Antonelli is going to get a chance to show his skills in a Formula One car in a test at the Red Bull Ring very soon. The test will see Antonelli get 2 days of running in the 2021 Mercedes W12 that won the World Championship. The rules allow teams to test with cars that are more than 2 seasons old, and so it means Antonelli will get a taste of a Formula One car, even if it's not the current regulations. When Toto Wolff was asked about the test, he could not have sounded more excited. Wolff said, "I'm really keen and happy to see him in a Formula One car. He's been with us since he was 11. I have a picture of him standing next to me on the center console as a baby boy in go-karting. And now to witness that development into a Formula One driver is something that I'm really proud of." When asked more directly about the 17-year-old's chances of replacing Hamilton, Toto said, "He's definitely a strong contender. I want to see how his F2 season develops, but we will wait and see what happens with some of the other drivers in F1. I don't doubt his raw speed, talent and ability." Wolff added, "We wouldn't have supported him from go-karting until now if we didn't believe that he has the potential to go into F1 and do so with Mercedes. Many young drivers have shown in the past that you can do that step." Antonelli could also have the chance later in the season to test the 2022 Mercedes car, although he will not be allowed to feature in any tyre testing. Maybe Mercedes give him some time in their current car in FP1. But if they decide to do that, the team will have to wait until after the Dutch Grand Prix, when Kimmy turns 18. Antonelli even has the backing of an F1 legend, with Martin Brundle saying that he believes if the youngster is ready, then Mercedes will put him into Hamilton's seat for 2025. That is a lot of pressure to put on such a young kid. Max Verstappen has very much been seen as an outside contender for the Mercedes seat. The reigning world champion seems unlikely to leave Red Bull, and part of Toto's pursuit of the Dutchman is because he missed out on the chance to sign Verstappen. Back in 2014, Mercedes were close to signing Max while he was in F3. Mercedes could not offer him the immediate jump to F1 that Red Bull could, and so Max signed with Christian Horner's team. With the success that Verstappen is having at the moment, Toto won't want to make the same mistake with young Antonelli. The missed opportunity of a decade ago will certainly be in the mind of Toto, and now he has the ability to put the youngster into the Mercedes seat straight away thanks to Lewis leaving. There is certainly a lot of skepticism about Antonelli making the jump to Formula 1 straight away. He currently sits in 9th in F2 with no podiums in his season so far. His karting resume is incredibly impressive, but Antonelli has only been racing in single-seater cars for 3 years. What makes the most sense for Mercedes and Wolff is for them to see how the F2 season plays out. We know that Merc don't want to rush this decision at all, and so they can watch the entire F2 season and see how Antonelli performs. It seemed likely he would go to Williams before making the step up to Mercedes. But with Lewis moving to Ferrari, the seat has opened up at Mercedes quicker than anyone expected. Mercedes are not likely to be in title contention next season with regulations staying pretty much the same, so they could afford a season where a rookie driver gets the chance to make some mistakes in the car. While the focus is on Antonelli, there are plenty of other options that Mercedes are looking at. Fernando Alonso seemed to be an excellent choice as a stopgap for a couple of years, but he's just announced his intention to resign with Aston Martin, a move that takes him out of contention for the Mercedes seat. There are, however, still plenty of options within Formula 1. The man that Lewis Hamilton is replacing, Carlos Sainz, seems like a great option for Mercedes. The Spaniard will be looking to stay at a top team after he departs Ferrari at the end of this season. Since the news he would be leaving Ferrari, Sainz has been the fastest driver not in a Red Bull car, winning the Australian Grand Prix. If it wasn't for appendicitis, he would be sitting very close to Max Verstappen in the drivers' standings after the first 4 races of the season. Another driver rumoured to have a shot at the Mercedes seat is Alex Albon. Over the past 12 months, the Williams driver has shown glimpses of his potential when provided with an opportunity, despite driving an average car. F2 runner-up and current Mercedes reserve driver, Frederik Vesti, will hope he also has a chance at Hamilton's seat. There are plenty of options that Toto Wolff's team has. While they seem desperate to hand the seat to Kimmy Antonelli, they can afford to sit back and see how both the F1 and F2 seasons play out. If one of those contenders has a brilliant season, then they could push themselves into the Mercedes seat. But if Kimmy Antonelli has more good performances in F2 this year, Lewis Hamilton's seat seems like a certainty for the teenager. But what do you think? Should Mercedes put Kimmy Antonelli into the car for next season? Or does he need more time in F2? Put your thoughts in the comments down below, and while you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.